Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for this video. So in this video I'm going to talk about something that I just think about sometimes, and I've been noticing this thing on Tumblr. I'm on Tumblr a lot, like when I can't sleep I get on Tumblr and just scroll through, and I don't know, it's something to do when I can't sleep. And sometimes I'll see these posts and they're like, date someone who, and then it'll be like something that sounds like it would be nice, but it's also kind of unrealistic. In my opinion, if you've been like a long time subscriber, please don't think that I'm having problems in my relationship or something because I'm making this video. It's just something that I want to talk about. So first I'll read you some of these posts on Tumblr. I know not everyone uses Tumblr, but it's just, these posts are what kind of like inspired this video because I thought they were kind of weird. Just little text posts. Yeah, like I said, they'll say like date someone who, and it's something that sounds nice. So I've been in, a fair number of long-term relationships, which I think is the important thing here. So sure, you can like date people who have these like idealistic traits maybe, but it's not someone who you're gonna have a long-term relationship with. The longer you're with someone, the less idealistic you're gonna discover that they are. And then also I'm wondering if these are written for like teenagers or something, because teenagers like haven't been jaded by reality or something, or they haven't like really done much real world dating or been in like long-term relationships, and so they think that like this, I don't know, they think that this is realistic or something. I don't want teenagers or anyone to be reading these posts on the internet and feel like, oh, I'm not dating someone who's like that, or I'm not married to someone who's like that, or in a long-term relationship with someone who does this, should I be, and then it makes you like second guess your relationship because you don't date someone who blah 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 blah. Okay, so for example, here's one that says, and excuse me for the language because there will be some profanity, I guess. Okay, so someone writes, date someone you can have rough sex and deep conversations with, whether it be at 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. And that sounds really nice, like, ooh, rough sex and deep conversations, like, that sounds great at 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. But in real life, like, people are trying to sleep at 2 a.m. or they're at work at 2 p.m. or something, so I don't know. And then another one says, I think everyone should date someone they just want to cuddle with and have deep conversations with, but also want to fuck senseless. And then there's another one's like, date someone who'd be happier to hear you say I know than thank you when they tell you you're pretty. What does that even mean? Date someone who loves you for who you are and makes you happy. That's what really matters. Oh, I like that one. Some of these are just trolling or jokes or something, but some of them are serious. Date someone who will let you fall asleep in their car, drive the whole time, be okay with it, and avoid the holes so you sleep fine. Date someone who buys you food. That's always nice. Date someone who makes you laugh uncontrollably. Date someone who sits through your favorite movies just to see you react. Date someone who drinks tea and reads books with you. Date someone who likes pointless night drives. Date someone who talks to you like you're the only person they know. Date someone who randomly shows up at your house just to say hi. Date someone who brings you little gifts like a single flower because it happened to remind them of you. Date someone who stands by your side through thick and thin. Date someone who takes your side in arguments even though you're wrong. Date someone who knows their limits and respects them. That one's, a good one. Date someone who loves you unconditionally. Date someone who you love more than the stars and the moon. Date someone who will play your favorite album on repeat even though they don't like that artist. Date someone who likes all the yogurt flavors in the pack you don't like because that's just good economics. Date someone who gives you the feels just like your OTP does. Date someone who will let you roast them over a campfire. Date someone whose laugh makes you feel like you've accomplished something. Date someone who gives a shit. That's probably a good one. Date someone who will let you use their milk to dip your cookies in at 2 a.m. Date someone who is a positive influence on your life. That's probably a good one. Date someone who calls you beautiful when you're crying. Date someone who reassures you everything is going to be alright. Date someone who makes you feel like you're worth their time. I mean, some of these are good. So this one's obviously just trolling. They're like, date someone who is literally perfect. Date someone who will never abandon you. Date someone, oh, maybe this isn't trolling, I don't know. Date someone who would die for you. Date someone who loves you unconditionally. Date someone who can make miracles happen. Date someone who doesn't care what others think about him. Date a rule breaker. Date a kind, generous person. Date someone who is good with tools. Date somebody with a dark complexion. Date Jesus of now. Okay, that one's trolling. Date someone who doesn't make date someone who posts. Date someone who makes you want to be artistic, but in like a happy and constructive way. Date someone who cares about the environment. Date someone who you like and they like you back, obviously. Date someone who finds your imperfections endearing. Date someone who makes you feel like hot shit. Date someone who doesn't talk down to you, doesn't tolerate bullshit, invites you on adventures, listens attentively, thinks critically, reads voraciously, and has an infectious laugh. Date someone who likes the shitty Starburst flavors so you don't have to fucking share your pink and reds. Date someone who looks at you like you're a legendary Pokemon. Date someone who wants to adopt a bunch of corgis with you. Anyways, you get the idea. I don't know, sometimes I will read one in the middle of the night and it'll be like, date someone who, and it'll be like something that's like really idealistic and nice and great, but then I'm like wondering, does my relationship measure up to that? I don't know. So anyways, the point of this video is to kind of have a conversation about whether we should settle in relationships, like settle for someone who's not like our ideal or the perfect person or even the perfect person for us, as some people say. They'll be like, oh, I know the person's not perfect, but they're the perfect person for me. But what if you are like, I am not really dating like the perfect person for me either. For example, my boyfriend loves back scratches, and I don't like giving back scratches because it really freaks me out about getting like skin cells underneath my fingernails. So I just think it's gross, like scratching someone's back, and like the thought of getting skin cells underneath my fingernails. I know that's like some really weird neurotic thing on my part, I suppose, even though I do think it's gross to get skin cells underneath your fingernails. Anyways, so yeah, so unfortunately that means that he's not really dating someone who's perfect for him, because someone who's perfect for him would be giving him back scratches all the time. So should he dump me and go find a girl who likes to give back scratches, or will even give back scratches at all without being grossed out or something? So I don't know. So he's not necessarily a perfect person. So there'll be a Tumblr post that'll be like, date someone who gives you back scratches, you know? And it's like, and I don't give him back scratches because I think it's gross. So whatever. And then there are some things that I want from him, like I really like someone who cuddles a lot and he hates cuddling. So should I dump him so I could find the perfect guy for me, someone who likes cuddling a lot? Or should we compromise so that we can stay together? And the way that we've compromised is that I will give him back scratches. I hope this isn't like gross or something to people, but I will give him back scratches as long as I use like a back scratching device so that I don't have to use my actual fingernails. So I'll use like a back scratcher, and then he'll cuddle with me as long as I like cuddle before he goes to sleep, or you know, when he's not like trying to go to sleep or something like that. As long as it's not like interfering with his sleep or something, he'll cuddle with me for a little while, and it's not a big deal. I just have to like ask and all this stuff. So I would read a Tumblr post. It would be like, date someone who will cuddle with you at 2 a.m. or something, which would be so ideal for me because I stay up really late and I get in bed around like 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. But if I did that, he would get really upset because he has to be at work really early in the morning and I would be waking him up, and he also doesn't like to cuddle. So should I just dump him and find someone who likes cuddling at 2 a.m. because this Tumblr post told me to date someone who likes cuddling at 2 a.m.? I don't know. So should you hold out for someone who loves you in exactly the way that you like? Or should you settle for someone who you love even though they are just as screwed up as you are, and they're not perfect, and they don't love you the exact way that you would want someone to? They don't do the things that you would want someone to do, that sort of thing. Like, even if they're not this perfect ideal person that you would like, that would work perfectly for you, or settle or like compromise to make things work with that person? Or should you hold out until you find the perfect person who does all of these things? Yeah, because I don't know. I think this kind of changes as you get older too, because, you know, if I was 20 or something, then I would feel like I had tons of time to like, you know, make sure I put on my Tinder profile like, must enjoy cuddling at 2 a.m. or something like that. Like, now that I know all these things about things that I like, I could like make sure I found something like that. But I'm like 29 and my ovaries are literally feel like they're rotting inside of my body, and I'm gonna get like wrinkles and stuff soon. And plus, I'm just like tired of dating and all this stuff, and I want to go ahead and get a house with a fence and a dog and have a kid and stuff like that, like now, you know, instead of like holding out, you know, I'm like feeling like, you know, it could be worse, so I might as well take advantage or appreciate the good things about my relationship, you know, which is what I do. So comment below and let me know if you guys think that you should settle for the it could be worse person, or if you should hold out for the absolute perfect person for you. I personally think that you should find someone who you love and is a decent person and things are decent in your relationship, you know, even though you're like a less than perfect match, because basically you're, you know, you're pushing 30 and you're getting wrinkles and shit like that. Okay, anyways, I wasn't trying to like depress anyone with this video or anything, but I do think that people should be a little bit more realistic about their relationships and that things aren't always like a romantic comedy or like Tumblr posts. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. And that's it. So please stay tuned for my next video that I will post soon. But yeah, thank you again, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye!